Hi, this is the evaluation of the order trading system for March the 5th, 2021. We had 6 trades on that day and all 6 were buy trades. First trade was CDMO. That is Avid Biosciences Incorporated. It tripped at 11:50:09 a.m. at a price of 17.07. It was a buy. It closed the day at 17.76, up 4.16%, so that definitely is a positive. Check the indicators. OBV pretty much came up morning to early afternoon. Looks like it was dropping late afternoon in the mid to late afternoon. MACD showing the same thing, came up and then tapered off, in the afternoon. DI was up fairly strongly. That was very negative in the early morning, but came up positive late morning, early afternoon. Stayed positive fairly strongly for most of the afternoon, and then you could see negative started making a comeback in the late afternoon. But at the end of the day, it started turning positive again. And Bollinger Band showed it did come up, and the good thing is during that activity between negative direction, at least DI-wise, it was actually moving sideways on Bollinger Band, so it didn't affect the stock price too much. Next trade is AXTA. That's AXTA Coding Systems Limited. It tripped at 12:20:50 p.m. at a price of 28.46. Again, it was a buy, of course. Closed the day at 28.86, so that's another positive. We'll check the indicators. OBV looks very good. Just came up late morning and just came up and stayed up all afternoon. MACD came up, tapered a little bit in the afternoon, so averages were down in the afternoon, but not extensively. DI came up. It was negative early morning, early morning, I guess, and then late morning, that's when it shot up heavily, and it stayed positive very strongly for the most part. You can see negative made a little bit of a spike here in the mid-afternoon, but not extensively, and DI looks like the positive recovered again at the end of the day, and Bollinger Band shows the same thing. It hit that positive recovery in the late morning, just went straight up. Next trade is PABA. That's Alibaba Group Holdings Limited. It tripped at 12:24:34 p.m. at a price of 231.73. A buy, of course. It closed the day at 233.89. It was up, not up a lot. I'm going to assume, yeah, it was up to the 234 level in the afternoon, 235. So it just happened to be that it dropped a little bit at the end of the day, but it's still positive, even at the end of the day. And OBV pretty much looks like it was moving upwards late morning till the afternoon. MACD should have came up and stabilized, so averages stayed up for most part of the day after it peaked. DI came up, stayed up, pretty much positive for most of the afternoon. You can see that negatives making a little bit of a jump at the end of the day, but Bollinger Band just showing that it's after it started rising, it just rise for most of the afternoon, late morning. Next trade is FSM. That's Fortuna Silver Mines Incorporated. That tripped at 12:35:01 p.m. at a price 6.48. Closed the day at 6.68, but you can see it was actually down from previous close. So it was actually down, but you can see it recovered. So that's another positive. And the indicators should show that same kind of activity. Yeah. Right, 12:35, 12, yep. So OBV moving up pretty much steadily all day long. MACD pretty much up all day long too. DI up. strongly up in the afternoon, which is what you want to see DIs. It means its movement direction was very strong early afternoon. Pretty much all afternoon it was very strong. Moving sideways here a little bit in the afternoon. Bollinger Band, yeah, came up, stayed up, and moved up at the end of the day. So another strong stock. Next trade is CMCSA. That's Comcast Corporation. It tripped at 1:20:01 p.m. at a price of 54.96. Closed the day at 55.09. That's another positive. Check the indicators. OBV looks good. MACD looks good. Moving somewhat sideways till early afternoon. Shot up and pretty much stabilized. Came down a little bit in the afternoon. NDI, for the most part, fairly strong in the afternoon. You can see it actually peaked up a good amount in the afternoon. Also, maintain that strong positive direction in the afternoon. And Bollinger Band, yeah, just showed that it came up, stayed up. Basically, the end of the day, it was the afternoon period. Late afternoon was moving sideways. Excuse me. CAT next trade, Caterpillar Incorporated. It tripped at 1:41:29 p.m. at a price of 218.05. It closed the day at 220.16. So that's definitely a positive. Indicators, OBV, good, just moving upward in the afternoon. MACD moving up all day long too, pretty much. DI moving up, Bollinger Band moving up after its start of increase in the afternoon. So that's 6 trades out of 6. That's 100%, which is good. So all in all, a very, very, very good day. I think it was a really good day because all the stocks actually had a positive result at the end of day, as opposed to a stock that went up and then came down a little bit after it, or let's say end of day, it dropped below its tripping price, which means you have to look for a period in the day to see if it actually had a positive activity during the daytime. But this stock, all the stocks showed that end of day, the stock is moving positive, and for the most part, the market started up, opened down a bit, but they recovered, and end of the day they were moving upwards. So that's probably what we're seeing as an aspect of the stock market. General indicators were showing positive direction. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.